Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 4 of 316, role-playing game about Starship Troopers and crazy things happening in space with weird dust aliens and stuff like that. This is part 3. John, take it away.
Yeah. So Pasternak just did a beautiful zero gravity death ballet. Destroyed all the corrupted armor suits on the far side, and you guys have landed there outside, like still external to still in space. What I was hearing when we were just going to break was, oh my God, we need to scrounge for armor. Our armor's all messed up. We're in bad shape. Fortunately for you, thanks to Pasternak, there's like floating armor kits. The debris of various Space Marine suits is everywhere. It's you don't need to make an FA test. It's like obviously just easy to grab stuff and replace your broken.
Can we also replace combat drugs?
Perhaps.
I would be happy to test for us.
The interiors of the suits, some of them still have their internal workings and bits of flesh and things that weren't completely corrupted by the thing, and so some are just empty husks. So you'll have to search through and see if you can find some drugs.
I would like to do that.
All right. Test an FA.
We have some drugs.
Nice. All right, you're back to fresh. That was.
We don't
A
get
strength will do that to you.
Yeah. I know. It's just like a delivery to your door. Would you guys like armor and drugs? I brought them here. You can just have them for the cost of a strength. Cool. So there's not a lot to deal with here, like in terms of you can cycle the door and like override the vacuum warnings and stuff, and get inside the ship and reclose everything, and we can just skip past that.
Yeah. So we're on the other side of the doors.
Montage.
Yeah. So in the montage, we see like there's wreckage behind the door. The ship's been hulled in various spots. You guys have to climb over like beams that have punctured through floor to ceiling. You can see into some of the squad ready room pods that we've seen before that have been smashed apart, and there's debris everywhere. There's like tables and chairs and people's personal effects scattered, and just serious ship damage basically. Lights are blinking here and there that are still trying to work, and you have to climb sort of upwards, which is kind of the direction you're going anyway. The bottom of the ship is where all the damage came from, so that's basically space that way. But you're crawling more or less away from the damage and towards the training section. And that the montage ends as you get to the lower deck of the training section has been ruptured by ship damage. So the camera is like already there in this red lit emergency lighting deck, and we see the muster area for the training section. It has the Terran Armed Forces logo stenciled on the floor, and the Earth kind of UN style in the middle, and the Earth is punctured. The floor is ripped up where the damage has happened, and we see Goodman's helmet and the flamer like come up out of the hole, out of the ruptured Earth logo. And there's seating built into the walls here. There's a kind of podium display command system for a lieutenant or an officer to. You guys remember this, where you like mustered here in your rookie uniforms, and you all got recognized as troopers and got your rank, and came out of the training section into service. Well, actually, I should ask that question. I should ask, which did any of you come out of? Oh no, I guess you all did. Yeah, no, that's not a question. Never mind. You all came out of basic here. Yeah. That's right. anyway, so that's where you are, and there's a large, again, like that double door system that leads into the training cadre section, which you remember. Like, there's obstacle course zones, and there's simulators, and there's bunk rooms, and it's kind of like the section below. It's similar layout. That's how you remember it anyway. So as you come out, Goodman, the arrayed around the room are fallen troopers. Two of them are wearing the Delta dark, like, charcoal flight suit uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
They are not, like, they don't look corrupted. They're dead. They have puncture wounds. There's blood slick on the floor. There are some armor suit troopers that have been blasted apart by fire. There's scorch marks and impacts all around the room, like a fight happened in here. Like a pretty substantial fight between two squad size forces, it seems. The doors to the section are sealed, but they also have blast and scorch marks on them, explosion impacts. The door that goes back out into the ship has been breached. It's ragged and torn open, like it was breached from the outside into here. And as you're scanning around, you detect movement in one of the dark corners of the room where the lighting has been wrecked by explosions. There's a slithery movement. A mass uncoils quietly. Let's test for dominance.
Of course we do. Let's do this.
And this is like the biggest mass that we've seen, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
It's just another, like, tentacle.
It's hidden in the shadows right now, but it's probably, it's not gigantic.
Right. Is it showing up on our little, like, aliens radar looking thing on our guns?
The motion detector?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it probably goes tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. Okay.
Whew.
Once again, sorry. Can we just assume that I'm not rolling in dominance? Like, that's a pretty standard thing. I didn't say I wasn't. I'm just not. Yeah.
If we don't say anything, I assume it's Pasternak and Young. And
okay, cool. Yeah.
I know, man. I hit with my 7. It's rough.
Every time.
Well,
Yeah.
how many?
So
right,
I don't ambush you. That's the good news. But I set the range. Which
Well, maybe he doesn't do very good at that.
I'm gonna set it to close, actually.
Yeah. I'm not shocked.
Yep. And I'm gonna put out my tokens. So it's close because it's this is the clever girl moment, Eric. We see like Goodman, you get out and cover it, and Pasternak and Young come up behind you.
Yeah.
And you've got the thing like dead to rights with the flamer. You see it. It's like it's all dark over there because the lights are out. But there's this black shadowy shape like slithering, and then off to the side from another dark part of the room, this tentacle goes and comes like at 90 degrees.
Oh,
so
no.
You're right. Like, and it's like right in your face. But not an ambush. You see it coming. Yeah, just at the last second.
I turned at the last second. Yep.
So I'm fighting, obviously.
Yeah.
I think we're all fighting.
Everybody's
What do you
fighting.
guys think?
Yeah, I think we're all fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Welcome to
Dude.
my world.
Yeah, I'm gonna drug that.
You have drugs. I was gonna say.
I'm gonna drug it. I have to. There we go. At least it's a 2. Success.
I see with a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, Pasternak fails. Young
That's no
fails.
dice for me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you
If
got a
I,
6. You could cancel success, or yeah.
I can
That's
trade
not
with
bad.
you. I can cancel. I can stop technology.
Stop technology is not going to work here because we've got hand to hand.
Yeah, but we all failed, so.
No. Goodman
I
actually
would-
succeeded.
You
I would
went
still,
succeeded,
I would
yeah.
still hand to hand.
Yeah, you would. I'm gonna save my token in that case, and I'll trade with you.
Okay.
What do you do?
Oh, I obviously start shooting that surprise tentacle with the flame cannon.
Yeah.
Right.
Surprise, tentacle.
Surprise.
Right. Yeah. So I think it's big enough to probably like even lift me and hoist me kind of off the ground as I grab it, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like
and it's like screams and yeah.
It slams you against the ceiling, and you're like burning it, while the other two are firing at the other one, and tentacles come out of that corner and smash into Young and Pasternak and send them flying.
Yeah. And just for a minute, like outside of that room, like the doors were closed, but you see like through like the tinted windows or whatever, you see like the bright lights of fire and the sounds of explosions and the writhing tentacles, and then like the muted sound behind the doors, and it comes back in, and and okay,
I do a kill or a wound to each of you. Anyone using their armor, or are you taking it?
I'm a mess.
I'm gonna take it as a mess.
Okay.
But I did succeed here, so I should be rolling a little bit of kills.
You should.
2d6.
2d6 on the flamer. What?
4.
All right. Pasternak's still in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Did Pasternak roll for his strength? I'm just curious. I don't remember if he got kills for that. Okay, good.
Yep.
Oh, so you can. So you could roll, get your kills, and then do your strength and get even more kills.
Could.
And like in one, like theoretically.
Theoretically.
Oh. Okay.
If you want to get a lot of kills, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good to know.
You can use it at any time. The rule
The
says.
best strategy is kill a lot and then take that last alien token on the planet for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's right. So the fight's on. The flamer's going off and lighting up the room, and you see there's two masses. It looks like it's pulled the biomass out of not the two Delta guys. It hasn't touched them, but out of the other killed troopers that were here, and like consolidated them into the corner. So as the flamer lights up the room, that's the John Carpenter thing where we see these black tentacle masses, but occasionally there's like a human face and an arm all like twined inside and like being absorbed into its materials. And of course, when the flamer goes off, we get that horrible alien screeching sound.
That sound.
Everybody loves that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen? It was called Edge of Tomorrow, but it was also known as Kill Die Repeat. That's
yeah. That's
I really like it.
Yeah.
Shockingly good movie, and you get to see Tom Cruise die about 100 times. But
Who
like,
doesn't like that?
but the monsters, with the way that like we're firing and they're like rolling and it's just masses of tentacles. That's like kind of what I'm seeing in my head as we're like laying down fire, but they're just like arcing right through it.
Yeah, they're like really fast moving.
Yeah.
In that movie, their tentacles are just whipping everywhere. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Speaking of that continues. So I'm fighting next round.
Yeah, I'll be fighting as well.
Yep, let's do it, boys.
3, not great.
I failed, boys.
Yeah, young and I succeed though.
Which is all we need.
Yeah, so we probably wrap up. We mop up the rest of the tentacles then, right?
I think that there's a moment where like Young is using like heavy machine gun fire, and just for my kill, just to describe it. I know you get one as well, Eric here, but I think I throw it down and I scream, "Come on!" And as it comes at me, I get to use my awesome power claw for the first time. Claw. All right.
Nice.
God, that's so good. Yeah, and I mean, I love more of just the pictures of the fire on the face mask, the reflection of just the shadows of the tentacles as I just hold down the flame thing in the corner, because it got stuck in a corner trying to like climb up the walls or whatever, and I just like it's trapped. I just shoot it like a fish in a barrel, and just incinerate this mass until it's literally just ashes. It just this curled up carbon husk or whatever it's made out of. I don't know, but as long as fire works against it, that's what matters.
Nice. A rule we haven't been using too much.
Like I held down the fire like way too long. Like it was already dead, but I just made sure it's overcooked.
Yeah. The rule we haven't been using too much is on a failure, you still get to narrate. This comes from the mid 2000s School of Forge Design, where narration was a thing in gaming. And I know that you enjoy a good narration, Morgan, and are skilled at that. So when you fail, if you want to, you're allowed to add a bit of color or a detail, or it can even be something that is potentially useful to the group. We've glossed over that a little bit because we don't really play games with narration sprites anymore. But you failed here, and if you want to, you can add something to the.
I think it's basically I just got wrapped up in a tentacle, and then the flame sweeps over me, and it just kind of is ashing as I get up.
Oh, nice! It's like falling off the.
Yeah, because you burn me with fire. Way to go!
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
So you guys should roll your kills.
Oh, I'm not used to this.
It's a whole new world.
I got 5 kills.
5. Woo, tied for first on the mission so far.
Yeah, except now.
Yeah, not now. Did you roll your kills, Eric?
No.
No.
Oops, 2d10 or 2d6.
2d6.
Ha! There we go. That's right.
Dang.
Oh, Goodman.
There we go. Yeah, I held it down and just kept watching the kill counter on the thing.
Yeah,
it's going like higher and higher and higher.
as you're moving up the mass, it's like ding 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 ding. Each section is counting.
It's all a game, man.
Yeah.
It's all a game.
You clearly burn one of the faces, and it's like ding.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't make a ding sound, but
Yeah.
Maybe it does actually. They did research. They found like it's the wow level up sound. It's like very it's Pavlovian. It makes people happy.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. Encounter over. Biomass is destroyed, and you heal at the end of the encounter. So you guys gambled correctly and took a hit instead of taking your armor. So there's a brief moment where you're patching up your wounds with the first aid kits from your armor, and then you're ready to move out. So I assume you're going to go in to the
checking my hand scanner. How close are we to where we thought that the giant biomass was?
It should be through the doors, more or less. Like maybe a little further back, maybe closer, but it's right in the training section.
I just coolly call out to the other two and just say, well, if they didn't know we're here already, they'd sure do now.
It might be Elric time.
Yeah. And I say, actually, I don't think I say anything. I think I nod and put away the flame cannon, bust out Elric. Yeah, makes sense before going into the next one. Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, we open the doors.
And by open, you mean the shot is from the inside of the doors, and then the detonation as they come rocking in.
So, well, perhaps. So I need to ask you. When you approach the door, like control, keypad thingy that Eric used before to open the section, it's there. However, this one is a little different. You walk up. I guess you're in the lead usually, right, Goodman? You approach, and as you're about to make a decision, are we going to blow it up? Am I supposed to punch a code in? The little box has a little camera and a scanner on top of it, and it does that like multi-laser through fog kind of like sweeping scan thing up and down.
Oh yeah.
It reads you and it goes officer code required, and it has this like red flashing input screen.
I got this.
You're not allowed to open the door. You want to put in your code?
Yeah, I'm gonna put in the new code.
Test NFA, please.
pretty damn good.
It's not
7.
not updating me for some reason. Oh, geez. Okay, I was going to say the higher the better. That's good. So you punch in your officer ident, and it comes up again. For a second, it puts that same screen in front of you, the database error that you had before. Like, are you Sergeant Major Young? Are you Lieutenant Young? And then that screen like fritzes and resets, and it says ident confirmed, and the doors cycle. You don't see what you expected to see. What you remember is this was the like one of the primary training areas. So it looked kind of like, you know, those indoor running tracks they have in cities sometimes, where there's like a catwalk up above and then a running track at the bottom, and in the middle is like AstroTurf field for indoor soccer or that kind of thing. That's what was here, as well as a simulation, like a holographic weapon range, so you could set up targets and simulate firing and stuff. That's not what's here. What's here is a anteroom, like a very closely packed. It's big. These big double doors, the section doors. When they open, to the left and right, there are technology racks. These like racks of computers and other beeping devices that fill most of that space. Get on my camera here. Fill most of that space. So there's a narrow passage between them. So you have to walk another like 5 meters or so between these technology racks. Beyond that is a doorway, which has been already opened. The floor here is like metal grating. There's subdued amberish lighting. Beyond the doorway, there's a dark section. The lights, there aren't any lights, maybe. It's just this amber, like floor and ceiling track, very low, dim lighting. And there are racks of those back-to-tank pods that you saw Captain Stokes in, but they're on their sides. And you can see the near ones. There's 5 in a section stacked on top of each other on either side of this room. And then there's banks of them going back, diminishing into the distance, this long section. And then you see there's like a cross junction further down where it looks like you can go left and right into the section. And then this floor, you can see through the floor, this grating, and it looks like there's multiple levels of these bactopods. The ones that are closest are not glowing blue light lit from the within like Stokes's was. They've been shot apart. There's fluid splashed everywhere. They're wrecked. There's burn marks. And about like 10 ranks back into the room, you see some untouched ones, and lying face down on the floor, this grill floor that runs between the tanks. There's another Delta, like gray suited Delta trooper, like sprawled out dead with his weapon.
Anybody seen the gym? It was the gym, right?
I'm not really 100% sure what to make of this.
It's really weird. That's not what should be here.
Next time anybody ever tells us that we need to listen to the Delta Boys, just shoot them.
Yes,
This
sir.
shit
Is what I say.
This shit is all their fault. My God. I'm like, all right, we're going to do a sweep and clear. See if there's anything in here that we desperately need. Every 3 to 4 steps, I want you guys to place grenades. If anything goes south, I want this whole section detonated.
Okay.
Can we do that?
You can. It will like use up your grenades.
Of course.
But you can set them to remote detonate or on a timer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think like as we like clear like a small section, we place one. With clear section, like we place like one on each side, like doop doop doop.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just like moving forward, sweeping, looking for what the hell is going on here.
So I'm gonna when we get to that Delta guy on the ground, I'm gonna kick his body over and see if I recognize the guy or the name. He does. They even have name badges.
They don't have name badges, but yeah, he's one of the guys that was at the briefing with Miller back when. He has a major's pin on him. Actually, test NFA, Morgan. You might. You're kind of like science trooper. So
Apparently,
yeah.
Science trooper.
Oh shit! You succeeded. You know things that this thing that most troopers don't know. Let me tell you about this.
probably know a lot you don't know.
That's what it's called. Yeah. So it's a rank pin. It's a little bigger than a normal one, kind of like a next generation comm badge kind of thing. It's got the major. It's a skull. That's the major rank. It's like a death's head skull. You've seen him. Troopers have seen him. Major Lansing, who runs the vessel, you've seen him on a screen talking to you. He has one on his uniform. It's not just a rank pin, though. Majors get what's called the Kinetic Field Armor Transmitter, which is a special device given to high-ranking 316 guys. Let me tell you about it. Since you succeeded at NFA, you know what it is. You know roughly what it does. And this is not really common knowledge.
Cut to Gurney and Paul Atreides training.
Yeah, right.
Or I guess that wasn't Gurney.
Kinetic field armor. Here we go.
It was Gurney.
Oh, it was? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I get him and the assassin mixed up. Sorry. Anyways.
Officers of the rank of major and above have skull pips on their insignia. The skull hosts a kinetic field armor transmitter, which allows the officer to avoid kills in any one encounter. Just declare at the start of an encounter that you're using your kinetic field armor, and you're immune from any weapons that can be stopped with armor for the whole encounter.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, would it work for me? Is I guess the question.
That is the question. I can't tell you that right now. You can try to investigate whether or not it'll work for you, but you know what it is, and you can take it off his body.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Cool. So we see that happen. I think there's like Strash said, there's a montage here where you guys fan out kind of still within sight of each other so you can talk without your comms. But we see you like sticking a grenade under one of these pods and like turning it on. As you're moving around, there are bodies in the tanks. And the near ones are destroyed. You get to the closest ones that haven't been destroyed, and one of them has the black dust like floating inside the fluid and sort of just like swimming around and going. Like you can see the body inside the face is all corrupted by the process. And as you get further in and get to where the sort of catwalk crosses, there's decks of these things below you and above you, kind of in this, not a warehouse really, but there's multiple levels and you can see through the floors, through the grating to see there's 3 distinct levels of these with ladders and one has a stairway that connects them. So as you're fanning out and covering the space with all your little micro grenades, you're like using up all your grenades to set this place to explode. We see you, Young, turn and go down one of these walkways, and as you pass one of the pods, you recognize a face.
Oh, are you going to tell me it's Mac? Because I'm going to be very upset right now.
It is.
Of course it is. Okay.
And you look over, and there's like codes and identification marks on the ends of the pods. But it's nothing you automatically recognize. It looks like it's a machine readable, scannable code of some kind. and you see Mac floating in the tank. She's there. She's unconscious. You see the tiniest little like glint of a couple little black particles that are floating inside, and then the camera like does the dolly zoom on Young, and you look around and you see Pasternak in the tank opposite. And you look over a couple sections down. You like realize what section you're in. Like this is like our section.
Right? Yeah, that's was it Bravo Company?
You guys are in Echo.
Oh, Echo, sorry. So like all of these are Echo Company members?
Yeah,
I look for me.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping you'd say that. You just take a few steps and the camera's like low down on the pod and raises up as you stand and like loom over it. It's looking up at you, looking down. The blue light's washing over your face, and you see your naked, vat-grown body floating inside the pod.
Do we see this yet?
No, you guys you're like spread out. You see Young. You see Young like stop and stare at one of the pods.
Yeah, it's like
I
going on?
I think you hear my like whatever I was holding, like the weapon or the scanner, or like set of grenades that I had in my hands or whatever it was. It just like clatters against that grating on the ground, and like I take like you hear the clack 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 as like my power claw like hangs onto the railing for a second, and it's like obvious that I'm trying to like keep my leg steady and like keep my hand from reaching for like something to just start annihilating this entire section.
Yeah. I mean, it's I'm having a hard time even convincing you that that's not a good idea. You know what I mean?
So you get your weapon out.
No, hold on.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Like I think I'm probably gonna tell you. Like, okay. So it's funny enough that I'm gonna forget that you're LT in the moment, right? I was
It's fine. Don't worry.
Sarge, we have bigger things to worry about right now. Let's bottle this up real quick. We have aliens to deal with.
Are you over there now, Goodman? Did you like walk
Yeah,
up?
yeah. When I asked Young, what are you looking at? And as I come over that way, right? Because I guess I'm not seeing anything important. And I come over to you, and I'm like, look. And I try to like grab you and square you with me right now. I'm saying, Sarge, we have bigger things to worry about right now. Like letting the existential dread of "Are you really you?" Forget about it, which is really hard to do, right? But
I'm gonna walk up and go, "Do we?"
On that note,
yeah,
let's cut on that. You got a lot of cuttable lines, Morgan. I like it. Do we? And you hear this like dun 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 dun, like wet bare feet running on a metal gangplank.
Okay.
Like loudly from the section that Young was about to move over and clear. You hear this dun, 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 fast running. And let's roll for dominance.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Let's do this.
All right.
The usual.
Yes.
Only got a 2.
Ooh,
nice.
Next, but it's okay.
Highest success as a trooper. So what you see is from around the corner, several naked, sort of blue jellied trooper bodies with fully blackout eyes, and they have black teeth, which is kind of disconcerting when they open their mouths. They come running like fast zombies, like just woof, whipping around the corner, dung, 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 dung. And then above you on the upper deck gangplank, you hear that same like dun, 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 like converging where you are, rushing you down. What starting range do you want, Strash?
I'm thinking near. What are you thinking, boys?
I think near is fine. Near is that's where we're Vikings.
Yep. I was gonna say that's where we're Vikings. Is that what you just said?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I already said I have Elric out, so yeah, I have to be in near.
You don't have to be, but
You want to get any kills and be
Yeah,
effective.
but I have to be in there.
All right, I put my tokens out, and I'm fighting. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm fighting.
we're all
this.
fighting.
All right. Oh, I failed. Oh no.
Come on, boys. Somebody land a hit.
Well,
Yes,
I'm having a
I'm
little
in.
trouble with roll 20.
Yeah, it didn't save my up arrow saves rolls. I had to manually rewrite it. It's fine. Hey, we both got successes.
Nice. Pasternak's first.
Yep,
Well, how
the
did
higher
the
one.
how did you do when you failed?
I failed. Yep.
All
I
right,
failed.
here's what I would say, Pasternak. We might want to consider. Oh no, they failed. Never mind.
I'm just
Let's-
gonna
let's
I'm gonna
get
do
our
some goddamn kills. Yeah, so I take up my e-rifle and I'm like, oh good, they're fucking clones. Bap, 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 bap. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not using any abilities. So you start blasting them down with your energy rifle. Roll your kills.
Ah,
4. Yeah. So when you blast them, it's kind of the T1000 thing where it like makes them stumble as they're running, and
Yeah.
where you've blasted them, you punch a hole through with the energy rifle. But it's not human flesh beyond it. You know, it's not the black dust and tentacle stuff anymore. It's evolved. It's more like a fluid, and it kind of goes and starts to
like a crystalline
Literally Terminator
ferrofluid.
2.
yeah,
Or like the weird ferrofluid where it's black and then it makes weird shapes when
oh yeah, that ferrofluid. You totally yeah,
Yeah.
like that. It kind of goes and then goes back inside.
Fuck, of course.
But it's clearly it is damaging them, but not as much as you would want. It doesn't like blow their arm off or something.
Shit. So yeah. Obviously, I take aim and rip them up with Elric as well. But then I'm like, anytime you're ready, LT, let's go. You know, like I'm not saying you're not doing anything, but I imagine you're still kind of transfixed or stunned a little bit, right? Like, come on, like we need to do something. As I take fire again, and I'm gonna roll my kills. 72.
I think it's
Okay. Okay.
I think that there's definitely part of the reason why I missed my roll is because I'm still stunned.
Yeah, you're still staying there stunned. Eric, I think the this is the first time you've used Elric.
Nope.
And you start shooting it, and it just like goes, and it chews through the two in front of you, and then obliterates like bunches of pods.
Oh yeah.
And the kill counter's like, and you're like, ah, and it's just killing clone bodies and tanks.
Oh, I know. I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah, you're like your head is ringing inside the armor from the sound it made, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh
I'll
god.
catch you now.
Okay, next round. So they are unable to get close to you this round and get a hold of you. Pasternak, you shoot the other, like maybe you're like shooting left and Elric is shooting right, and the first one you puncture, instead of just continuing to charge and take the damage, they tuck and roll behind a section where the pods are connected, and the two behind them like kind of Roy Batty style, like kind of loping, like jump onto a pod and take cover momentarily away from all the fire. So you guys stay at near. They don't inflict any harm, but they're clearly like not the same shuffling morons that you've been fighting. They're actually like pack tactics kind of thing happening. So they're regrouping for their next attack run on you. So I'm fighting. Is everybody fighting? You're doing something else?
I'm fighting. Yep. Come on, LT.
I guess I should just ask. I usually just ask Strash. Are you fighting?
I'm considering seeing if I can pull some of the cables from under the catwalk because clearly all of this shit's powered, right?
Mhm.
I'm wondering if I can set up a booby trap so that I can yell at the two of these guys to like move their asses off the ground and see if I can electrocute these assholes that are running to us, covered in conductive fluid, mostly naked.
Yes. NFA for killing. Again, I like it. It's good. Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
like normally this would be a thing where I would give you some trouble. I'd be like, well, you need an NFA test to get it set up, and then you can attack with NFA or whatever. But you have experience. You've done this like 4 times now.
Yep.
So we're gonna follow the fiction here and be like, yeah, you look at the pod. It's basically the same tech as the tank that you electrocuted the thing in before. So you know exactly what to do to make that work. So you can just attack with NFA using that strategy.
awesome. I will do exactly that.
Yeah. Cool. I succeed with 3.
I succeed with 7.
Yeah, you beat me. Damn you. Did you guys already roll?
No, we were waiting. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
Success.
Yeah.
Morgan did, Eric did, and I did.
Okay. Oh, I see Morgan's there. So we all succeeded.
2 of us are ahead of you. 1 of us is tied. Eric, I say we just push it through, knock out the 2 tokens, and call it a day.
Yeah, totally.
I do still do kills in that case.
Yeah,
But
we get an ass from
you'll recover after the end of the
Would you
encounter.
rather? Oh yeah, that we would recover. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no reason for me to negate.
special abilities.
There's no reason for me to negate.
I
after.
do have special abilities. That is a good point.
And they can happen at any time.
Yeah.
But they have to kind of be declared. We can't like land our kills and then call armor. The armor happens when the damage happens. So we'll see.
Yeah, I have to decide before you roll your kills. I should use it here though.
Well, you got 4 more still going.
Yeah, but it makes sense in the fiction too. So I am gonna do it. This is what makes the aliens nasty, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I use my armor ability. I think. Let me see. No, yeah, you guys do not roll kills in that case. I wasn't sure if you rolled and I like absorbed them, or if you don't roll them, you don't roll.
Does it absorb all attacks? Do you have to pay 1 per? How does that work?
It's once per encounter. I can negate kills against me that during the round.
Cool. So then the first question is, what does that look like? And the second question is, so how about I cancel your kill on us then?
You may certainly do that. So what it looks like for the electrocution is you quickly like hit the bottom panel and grab the appropriate wire, and jam it onto the floor. And everyone sees you do this, so everyone like puts a foot up on the plex steel, tank cover or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I yell, clear!
Yeah, nice. But this time, their black shark eyes, as they're rushing in, they see what's happening, and as you guys move and electrocute, they jump up onto the things and dodge it, like they know what you're doing. So it electrifies the floors and the ceiling floor above you, walkway, but they all like dodge and jump. And actually, one of them fails, just for like color here, like they're a little too slow, and the electricity like vaporizes their leg, and they stumble and claw themselves back up onto one of the pods, and they're still like clambering forward with their hands, trying to approach. And then you cancel. So they're moving in to range to leap and attack you. What do you do to stop them here?
I think the way that I do it is like I lift up the circuit, right, and I say like get back to the intersection, and like the intersection maybe has like a concrete pillar, and so I'm gonna leave the walkways electrocuted while we're standing on the ground, which basically buys us a couple of seconds. They have to reposition and do whatever.
Nice. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm fighting again. So they try to like swarm around you.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything is still electrocuted, or not everything. Just the walkways are electrocuted. So now they're like climbing across pods, like on the walls, essentially, creeping in, trying to get at you. I succeed with a 5.
I think we just have to attack here, guys.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely. I'm fighting as well, obviously. Got it. 6.
Oh, nice success from the
Where
lieutenant.
are you rolling, Morgan?
I'm trying. Yeah, there it goes.
There it goes.
Okay. Are we okay with taking the hit, guys? Because I might be willing to just cancel this round.
We take the hit because even if he does like crazy actions where he pushes us and cancels our gear and stuff like that, we'll still have next round to do stuff, and being
Okay.
a mess is not a big deal.
All right, I just wanted to ask. It makes sense. That makes perfect sense, right? So I'm not good enough to like stop them, but like I do take out a significant number of them as I just mow down with Elric. But there's obviously like they're either too fast or like they're one of them gets just I'm not able to hit them all. As I just go with it, and maybe there's one underneath the catwalk, or like there's just something that sneaks around. I'm just unable to. I miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you fire that thing, I hear the Pacific Rim "Wah!" noise.
Oh yeah. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm gonna roll kills, so let's see what
Yeah, go
happens.
ahead.
37. All right.
Only 37.
Modest. 37.
Yeah,
love
I
this
think it's similar from before. I think this time though, you also vaporize part of the walkway.
Oh
that
yeah.
one was standing on, and then fire downward into the lower section. And there's more troopers. You see a group of them. The pods are like clouding fully black from the fluid, and a fist smashes up out of the tank and is preparing to climb out, and you're like, and you just eradicate that whole section that are about to spawn.
Oh god.
So that's 6, and then I go on 5, and let's see. I can move you guys, not Eric, but Strash and Morgan, and I can stop technology,
Cool.
which I should do. It's cost me a token, but I think, yep, I'm gonna do that. So I move you guys too far, and I take one of the tokens from last time. I expend it on stop technology. So what that looks like is, oh yeah, that'd be cool. Elric is like vaporizing the ones that are getting really close and attacking. I'm inflicting wounds this time, so they like actually get on to you, and one of them smashes with its bare fist, and it actually like dents the armor on your helmet and it like knocks you backwards, Pasternak. One of them grabs Young and like bodily like tumbles sideways, so you fall down to the lower gangplank. That's like pushing you too far. They're like knocking you off the thing, and you flip end over end and crash down onto the lower walkway. But then as Elric is firing, it's like it vaporizes a good number of them that are right in your faces, and the black fluid inside them vaporizes back into the mist, and all of that mist and spray covers the group, covers the two of you anyway. And once again, your like helmet lights flicker off, and you're like, "Damn it!" And like your stuff powers down. And I do a kill to each of you. Is anyone using their armor? Or are you going to take it?
I'm a mess.
Okay. All right.
Do it again.
Yep.
Do it again.
You round, unless does anyone have? No. Okay.
No. We're done.
Is everyone fighting?
I think so.
I'm absolutely fighting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A success for me with a 6. Good. I beat you, John.
That's all we needed.
Yes, you did.
All right. So where's this last? I know. Where's this last one?
I did succeed though, so I am doing a kill technically.
Should I cancel it and try again and hopefully John misses?
Are you
LT?
sure, John? Because I'm pretty sure
Do I
that
suppress?
if we succeed and we roll ahead of you, we don't get killed. I don't think.
Oh, really? Wait, when you're taking the last token.
Yeah.
You're taking the last token. Right. Yeah. I think you're right.
Oh,
Let's still.
okay. Because that's important. Because otherwise, I'll just suppress and keep this thing down. Giving you guys a better position.
No, I think Strash is right because I will actually be dead on my turn. Yes, that is correct. So you're good. We're good.
Punch it!
Oh yeah. So once again, John. So this last one is like, they're no longer on the gangplank, but they push back our friends. Okay. So
yeah, everyone's kind of been scattered, and they're moving along the pods on the walls.
Right. So I mean, I just flatten the entire area with bullets, with laser bullets. It's just a wall. All right. It's just a wave of just.
Yeah. Nice.
There we go.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna level up my NFA next time. Don't worry, everybody. We're not gonna get in that mess anymore.
I hope they didn't need to use the clone pod room for anything because it's getting wrecked real bad.
Oh yeah. I've obliterated the clone pod room.
Yeah, F this room, F everything in it.
But
it's fine.
I definitely think. I definitely want to level up my NFA next time because I'm definitely going to read the trooper manual about why I got chewed out and like how to not happen again. So I mean, it makes perfect sense. Assuming we survive this last encounter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have this inkling suspicion that we're about to see the encounter and they're going to roll credits.
Yeah, I think we're hitting our time here.
Well, but do we want to just do the final encounter, or?
Yeah.
We could. I mean, it's up to you guys.
I'm good on time and stuff. So
so we have a clear break as opposed to this constantly.
Yeah, not just just not enough time. Let's play the 316. Do that.
Let's see how far we get when we at 316. So this obliteration happens, and the zombie forms are getting disintegrated for the most part. And sort of getting turned back into that dust, like that just happened when it was attacking you. So as Elric is going off overhead, and you're just like shearing off sections of walkway, pods are being disintegrated. Pasternak, you and Young are like in the debris field of all this. Like bits of burning metal are falling past you, and Elric sweeps past one that's on top of you, trying to claw you, and it like takes off his torso. So it's just complete mayhem, and blue tank fluid is flying everywhere and steaming and vaporizing, and visibility is low. But you see this cloud of black dust has been made in the room, just everywhere. This intense, like crazy, dense black dust, and it all starts to coalesce and move, and it spirals downward through the lower gangplank walkway metal thing down under that section, and you see it's dark down there, but there is another deck below the lower clone pod deck. There's a section down there where the lights must be off or something, but you see the mist like sucking in to that section, and then we see it's just like 10 meters away from where Pasternak and Young are lying on the gangplank there. A whole section of gangplank rips out. It's like Killer Croc mission from the Batman game. Like it's like
yeah,
it's thrown upward, and the boss appears. The whole collected biomass of the section, which now includes like full trooper armored guys connected by a tentacle out of the back of the helmet back to the mass, comes out with a weapon firing. A bunch of those come out, all shooting in every direction. More blue zombies that are even more like overgrown with the black material. They come scrambling out, and tentacles shoot in all directions. Most of the big beefy tentacles all go reaching up to surround Goodman and the horrible weapon that it's like hating so much. So that's its opening move here as we test for dominance against the creature.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just doing a rough napkin calculation, and I have over 200 kills. That's pretty good.
You indeed.
I'm holding on to 7.
Oh, geez. I failed.
I succeeded.
Oh!
Ambush!
Ambush time.
So I got a suggestion for the ambush.
So before you
Is
do
it
that,
the
Morgan,
grenades?
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Point of order. So, given the way 316 works, having a final showdown here, like in terms of time efficiency, I can throw all the remaining threat tokens into the fight. If I do that, obviously you should use your remaining strength and end it. So I shouldn't really do that. That's a bad move for me as a GM for a fun, good showdown fight. So what I should do is parcel this out into 2 encounters back to back. Or if we want to have a gentleman's agreement, we could say
We'll fight it.
the strength is on the table, as a
You won't use the strength automatically, right?
you won't use it automatically. We'll fight the fight instead of going through 2 encounters and blah 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 blah.
That sounds great. I think that, especially with an ambush opening, it might be wise to save the strength for the next planet.
Well, that's true. That is a fair point.
Yeah.
I think it's in the spirit of 316 to just kind of have a handshake deal here and be like, okay, we're gonna fight him.
As players, let's
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah, it's a crazy 6 token encounter, but whatever. Let's just go.
Well, I mean, you could hold a couple of those tokens back for
Powers.
acting your abilities.
Yeah,
I prefer not
like-
having them armor.
The wave approach, right?
Stop. Yeah, maybe I should keep one for stop technology just in case. You know what? Let's just do this.
Let's just do this.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can take you. I'm
And
the
if we
boss.
have enough time in between that we are not messes anymore.
Yes, technically, we're being fast and loose here, but that is the rule. Between encounters, you heal wound.
So maybe there were blue drugs, which is our combat drugs, and there were green drugs, which is some regenerative thing.
Oh, maybe it's just pure like in the moment coincidental fiction stuff. Like you're covered in blue Bacta fluid from the debris of the room. And
Yes.
you see before your eyes like that the claw mark from the zombie that got through your helmet is like healing itself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And possibly fixing the
P.S.
and get sealed because it's weird nano goo.
Oh
We're
yeah,
starting-
right. Totally, of course.
We're starting in close.
Ooh.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of that.
That's cool, but I get to decide the range, and also
Yeah.
you have hand to hand, so you'll be fine.
That's fine. I know that's fine. Okay. All right.
You
Mr.
already have a billion
Kills.
kills. I'm not worried about it. But if it
I
Lieutenant's-
know. All right.
If it
Putting a
pushes
stop to the
us-
kill hose.
no, actually, that's not the why. The why is because if we get pushed and technology stopped, we still have options at the other zones. If we get pushed all the way out to far, that's when it shuts us down, and then we have to NFA to move up.
Mm.
Correct.
I'm playing this via math. It's got less to do with the kill hose.
Okay.
Cool.
Fight.
So
So how does the ambush work?
I think we get a free round of attacks. Is roughly it.
Yeah, you do. In fact, I think, let me see. It might be everyone. Let's see. Ambush. Ambushes. Here we go.
I think we all get a free kill on the enemy.
Page
Right.
17. Yeah, we do.
Discuss kills. Cause kills based on their weapons at the set range. Each PC removes 1 threat token.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I wasn't sure of. If they lost 1 or if it's one per. Whoo, that's 3 gone immediately. Nice ambush. That's going to make this way less deadly.
Well, we still have to slug it out, but we're probably not going to die. Is what it comes down to.
So yeah, let's talk about this ambush. This is a significant, like you guys really lay it in to this thing. What does that look like? The grenades. Of course, that's why you're in close too.
That's why you're like beep.
Yeah. So the whole place just goes up when the thing erupts out. Young is just like ding. I love it.
That was so smart. That was so good.
Yeah. So it just starts to blow up everywhere. Maybe there's like hull breaches, even like just for color. Essentially, like the debris is flying towards the holes in the hull, and parts of this thing are blowing off, and the gangplanks are coming undone and raining down. One of the gangplanks like gets blasted off and then falls like a stake, like punctures the biomass.
If I had to use a strength and we did not have a gentleman's agreement, I was just going to go Lucille now.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, as the sergeant, you do have the evac ability anyway, so you can do that.
Well, as a lieutenant, do you have like airdrop or something? You could have.
Pasternak, are you using hand-to-hand in this scenario?
Yeah.
Because you upgraded it, so you should be doing a D10, not a D6.
No,
skills.
It starts at a 1.
Oh, it upgrades to D6.
Yep.
Oh, there's space between it. Got it. Thank you.
So you get 6 kills hand to hand. I want to hear about that, Morgan. What does that look like? You go ape.
So I got my weird crystal vibro, space metal thing knife, and I'm just we're in close, and I'm just tentacles are all over the place, and I'm just hacking them to pieces, and it's black and blue goo all over the knife and all over my armor as they got in too close, and I'm just like, I'm not getting wrapped up in another goddamn tentacle.
Nice. Yeah, they just keep coming, right? And you're just like cut, and it's like this flurry of cut tentacles. There's like piles forming around you while you're.
Yep, it's the tentacles exploding in Jenkins scene in Atomic Robo.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Just pieces of tentacles all around me.
All right, cool. And Eric, what are you fighting? Are you fighting hand to hand as well?
Hand to hand, yeah. So I imagine I'm just beating back some tentacles just with the butt of Elric.
Nice, yeah. It's like just enough to kind of create some space.
Yeah.
Pasternak is macheteing them basically like a jungle.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
And then the detonations go off, and they're rocking you everywhere, but like the lieutenant knows what she's doing.
We all sit in our chair and go.
Yeah. It should, like, all these explosions should affect you, but as everything's raining down, the lieutenant brought you over to the that pillar, that like central column, and that's the perfect place to be. You're kind of in cover from all this mayhem that's going on. Okay, next round. I am. Okay.
I gotta fight.
I am fighting. I'm fighting. Yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna fight as well.
I mean, a 4 is not the best, but
yeah. Okay.
Damn.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay.
I got a hit finally.
Damn it! I got no hit.
I think John can cancel us.
John can cancel.
Are you gonna drug?
Cancel us.
I could.
Can
or
drugs.
I could use I'm going to use my combat drugs and try to reroll.
Okay.
All right.
So you snort some of the blue Bacta chemicals, and
no, I actually collected my.
Actually does.
Oh, that's right. You salvaged them. Yeah, you salvaged. Yeah. And,
Delta,
oh, they've got Delta drugs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got a big Delta symbol on it. Store through it.
That's got a
Perfect.
triangle on it. You know it's good.
That is perfect.
That's literally a wound.
Absolutely. You should not take Delta
That's
drugs.
literally a kill. You didn't grab the ones with the Delta symbol. You grabbed the ones with the skull symbol, dummy.
No, I think it is.
I just go, fuck.
I have to reload my roll 20. I just lost connection. Yeah, it's because it's the Delta drugs. They're like super concentrated, and they've used them a lot to get used to them.
Right.
So you just get this red haze vision. Your head starts pounding. Your like all of your tendons. It like you get this like fast twitch muscle reaction where you're like vibrating. You're like just like crazy drug trip hits you. So I go first. So Eric succeeded.
Yeah, but you beat me.
And Young succeeded.
Yeah.
Right?
But you beat
both of you?
us.
No, you beat us all.
Yeah, but I'm losing 2 tokens is what I'm calculating here.
Oh geez. Yeah, Saragon in chat mentions that they're only keyed to Delta DNA. So you have DRM drugs.
Nice.
Which is the most terrifying feature.
So I think it's easy. I think I use armor here and then inflict my.
But you don't have tokens for armor. Oh.
Armor doesn't cost a token. It's once per encounter. Yeah, it's once per encounter. Yeah. So I'll use my armor, which in this case it's like it really is that it's like defensive. All this stuff is exploding. The boss had like brought out all these tentacles with guys with guns and like brought all his toys out to play. And then as the grenades are going off and he's getting shredded by Ginsu Pasternak, it does the opposite. It like coils back down and like defensively. And as it does that, the wounds I'm inflicting here is it tears down the pillar that you're hiding behind, and all of this stuff comes raining down on you. Yeah.
I'm gonna take it.
Taking it.
Me too.
I'll be crippled.
I'm a mess.
Okay. 1 crippling coming right up. Yeah, so I think you get the worst of it in your drug haze, Pasternak. Like the part of the pillar actually strikes you, and it's like a bowling pin being hit out of the way. You kind of like go flying sideways and crash into a pod. All right, boys. I'm fighting.
I think we're all fighting.
Everyone's still fighting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, still fighting.
Yep. So it's defensive for a moment, and then once the explosions stop, it explodes out again. And
I'm gonna.
Good drug.
Yeah, I mean, technically, our drugs are refreshed, so I will drug. Oh, well,
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So my the major's rank badge.
Yes.
What does it take to activate
that? For you, normally it's automatic, but you can make an NFA test.
Okay.
To figure it out.
That is what I'm going to try to do.
You are Science Pasternak, after all.
You guys with your brains. I got plenty of brains right here.
I'm having some issues with
roll 20.
With roll 20, it seems to be slow.
Yeah, I just refreshed my page to get it to like kind of connect. That might.
No.
Yeah, it might be something on roll 20's end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm fighting.
I'm rolling the dice. Let's see.
But here's the thing. I roll a 10. I should drug.
You should drug.
I
can't get worse.
Look. All right. If I drug,
yay,
it's fine. You could just cancel everything out, Young, but
no. No, I failed.
Yeah, Young failed.
Oh yeah, you're right. You got a 3. Okay. Yep. I got a drug.
Succeeded though. You got a drug. Succeeded.
So would you?
But I succeeded on an NFA roll.
Yeah, you got a drug.
Good all right, I got a drug. Drug it up. All right, here we go. Yes, finally.
Locking it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So you go first, Eric, because of your combat drugs.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, just slow motion.
So you're still close.
Oh
close.
shit, you're right. Well, then I still do that, but I'm not unable to hit the things too fast, or there's stuff in the way, and I'm just shooting the cover away from the rock.
Now,
It's behind me.
because you beat me, you can change range at the end of your turn if you want to.
Yeah.
You can move back to near, which maybe you want to.
Oh, well then that's even better. I'm shooting its cover, suppressing it as I move back to near.
Mhm.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like anything it tries to like hide behind and crawl in the shadows, I'm just constantly lighting up with this thing's near unlimited ammo capacity as I move back to near. But yeah, I mean I don't do any effective damage, but there's a lot of explosions and terrain that are like tanks and parts of the ceiling that have just been incinerated.
Yeah, so technically, you can, because hand to hand is a free switch. You can still remove a threat token by like fighting your way free, and then switch to the cannon as you move. What I'm saying is, your color narration doesn't mean you don't remove a threat token. You do still.
Oh, okay.
Even-
Well, yeah.
even though you're doing,
I beat it back with the gun and then like turn and shoot
Yeah.
as I move backwards, not hitting it. Right. My kill is my butt of my gun, and then
Exactly. So you go on 6. I go on. A Pasternak goes on 6, and activates the kinetic field armor.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. It invisibly like thrums to life.
So basically, I'm like twitching out on my combat drugs, and I'm like reaching into a little pouch, and I'm pulling out a thing, and I go, whoop, and then all of a sudden, I'm surrounded by weird energy thing.
Yeah, and what you can see when you see Pasternak, like there's dust in the air, there's fluid dripping, there's bits of metal falling from the ceiling, and all of a sudden, it's like this sort of invisible like rum around him, and the dust, like a piece of metal, goes ding and invisibly bounces off him. And then the tentacles attack on 4.
Okay, so I'm having a real issue with roll 20, so I don't know. I might not be able to roll, but somebody else can.
Okay.
roll
We can
for me.
roll for you, man. It's fine.
If we need to. So the tentacles burst out again. They smash ineffectively against the invisible kinetic field armor, and you're fine. And I do a hit to the 2 of you.
Cool. I'll take it into armor.
Armor, okay. Are you taking armor, or are you taking the hit, Eric?
I'm going to take the hit to crippled.
Okay. So yeah, I think it's like you said, during your fighting withdrawal, like you're actually like fighting it with the butt of your gun. It's hitting you and smashing you, and you're hitting it off.
Yeah, so
and
I'm like
finally fight your way free
I'm
back.
limping back. Yeah, shooting at the. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, your leg is like smashed, and you have to drag it as you move back.
Oh, that's so good.
You prop yourself up maybe on one of the pods, so your rifle's up, and you're like holding it with one hand.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next round.
Fighting.
Fight.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
Yes.
I failed.
it doesn't even matter. You guys go take it out.
Well, hopefully.
No, I don't.
I
failed.
Yeah.
We all
Nope.
failed. We all fail. So we
Everyone
all just failed. Oh no! Oh jeez, we all failed.
Wow, that's
it's okay.
amazing.
Oh. Okay.
Would anyone like to use the narration failure rules? You want to talk about what happens here?
I think I'm like chunks of stuff have fallen on me, right? And then that central pillar just hits me, and I was about to do something, and I just go clunk as the thing falls on my energy field, and I'm underneath it.
It's like pinning you to the floor.
I think I don't have the time. I think what I do is I'm gonna help Pasternak back up so that he's ready for next round, and so I'm not shooting at it or anything. Like I just don't have the opportunity.
Yeah, you start to drag him, and your fingers are like slipping off this weird invisible field. It's really hard to get purchase.
What the shit?
Yeah.
Exactly. He's magic.
Yeah, I think
Upgrade.
it's definitely. I think it's one of those scenarios where it's not that we miss, is that something clearly gets in the way, right? And it's probably some kind of like explosion or some sort of like environmental effect that just both the alien and most of us have to take cover from. So yeah, either more falling rocks or like so or or like a rattling decompression.
Actually, I like the idea that a high G maneuver just happened.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. See. Yeah. That's thinking. That's right. That's what.
So
yeah.
good. That's so good. Right when you're scrabbling with Pasternak, there's no warning, or maybe there was a warning, but you've blown up all the systems in here.
When we hear the 2, 1,
yeah, and then everyone just gets plastered against the far wall. The biomass gets sucked up and smashed against the ceiling, and the whole thing just goes smashing everywhere. And you've damaged the gravity overrides too much in here, so the whole thing just gets wrecked. Well, it's already super wrecked, but it's way worse than it was.
All right, folks.
So good.
Are we going to do our last pass, or maybe our last pass here?
Maybe last.
Yeah, hopefully.
We almost rolled the final on at 316, but we just missed. Just missed it.
But the gravity kicking out.
There we go, and that's really good too. I got it. I got one.
Oh, I failed.
That's all you need for now.
Well, everyone else failed, so I'm gonna take mine.
Yeah.
Pin it down.
Actually, John, I'm going to drug.
Aha.
Did you?
Oh, that's all we needed.
I get the last kill on the planet. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, you
Damn
do.
it.
Yes, you
do.
That's when going first sucks.
Right. And so I love it. All right. So if you don't mind, work with me here, Straj. But I think what this looks like is I think I get the last kill and then there's like one left, like straggling to get out of here and you shoot it.
This is how I'll work with you. You
okay.
Plaster the biomass, right? And you're like shredding tentacles, scorching everything, etc. And then there's this moment where Young just yells, stop! And like I'm running like into the line of your fire, and you've revealed some sort of like central core or some like portion of it that is like
its brain.
Yeah, like some crystallized something. It doesn't matter.
It's like a computerized version of one of those mounds on the planet.
Exactly.
I know what it is. I know what it is. The heart, what's inside it. It's starting to grow one of those mounds, like Morgan said. I love that idea, but it's growing it out of the body of Captain Stokes. And you see, like, just for fun here, you can tell, like in the movie version, everything's color coded for the audience. So we've seen like the blue Bacta, we saw the yellow fluid that you got injected with at the beginning for immunity, and the black dust. So now we see like the yellow fluid in the veins of Stokes's body is being converted into this new red substance, and it's growing new red crystalline. It's like overcome the immunity, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's what you see. It's like it's about to hit a new stage where it can't be stopped with the drugs, but it's vulnerable to Young now.
And I have to do the classic 80s terrible one-liner that only halfway makes sense. But I think I put the paddles on him and I say something like "ride the lightning" and like, click it with whatever maximum setting I can do. Overcome this, you know.
Yeah. Awesome. And the whole room is dark now. Everything's been wrecked by the high G maneuver and all the fire. So it's pitch black for a second, and then we see this like everything's lit by the electricity of the paddles as it's burned to a cinder. So
good.
Nice. Roll your kills. Eric, you get yours, and Josh, let's make up a I think it was 2d6 for the defib.
Okay. I will roll a second d6, so I'm at 4.
Cool.
All right.
And so the very last moment is the sat nav crackling to life, and Lucille's like, Captain Stokes, we're in position. We're ready to collect your team, or the trainee team, or whatever. Like she's following her orders. So you know that she's like right outside the section here, ready to be picked up.
I'm a talk to the comm. I'm gonna say, hey Chief, Captain Stokes has been demoted to Bug. How about that pickup though?
Nice. Yeah, cool. That's the final moment. Then we'll end on that.
Oh, crap! We saved our. Well, hey, we saved our ship? Question mark.
And we saved the strength for the next planet.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I did not get all the strengths out of you.
Yeah. Or the next planet's the Volga. We'll see.
Might be, but I'm looking forward to talking to the Major and finding out what the aftermath of this is, because this was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
somewhat unusual.
Yeah,
we're gonna
awesome.
we're gonna have some words with the Major, but that was awesome. That fighting through ship was super cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Jeez.
316, everybody.
Yeah. Wow. All right. I mean, that was awesome. Thank you guys so much. Let's do some quick outros and get out of here.
All right.
John?
Yes. Thanks again for hosting, Eric. Always a pleasure to play with you guys. You can find me John_Harper on Twitter if you want to tweet at me about the game or whatever. One of my more recent tweets, I tweeted out where you can get 316 if you want to pick it up. It's available as a PDF on drive-thru or as a printed copy on Lulu. And you can find those links on my Twitter. Yeah, go support Gregor if you love 316. It's an awesome game, so definitely check that out. Strash, why don't you?
Yeah, so I'm Strash A on the Twitters, and also you can find me on Dice.camp on Mastodon if you like games. That's a cool new happening place to talk about that stuff. I have followed John's advice because I am a young one when it comes to indie games, and I did not have my copy of 316 because I wasn't playing indie games at the point it was published. But I am getting one. Check out John's copy. It's like signed by EricVulgaris, so
yeah,
that's been awesome and hardcore. Anyway, so yeah, Eric, thanks for hosting. John, thanks for running. And oh yes, I'll plug it again. S&V full copy coming out soon, so watch for that.
Scum and villainy.
Yep. Over to you, Morgan.
Yeah. I'm MC_Ellis at Twitter, and maybe I'll figure out if my Mastodon thing is working. I don't know, but should be a similar thing there. And yeah, thanks for hosting, and thanks for running, and thanks for playing. Yeah, awesome. Kill bugs.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rosh, thank you, Morgan, and thank you, chat, for hanging out with us today. Also, I want to say thank you to everyone who stopped by and hosted the channel today. That was super nice of you. Because of traveling and things like that, as we get closer to the holidays, it's going to be difficult for us to get a game in. But I've already set up the schedule for the next one. It's set up to be the 30th of this month. So don't fret. We're going to be back. It's already on the books. It's going to be after the holidays. Or at least after one of the holidays. And so thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. And hopefully you're enjoying this game as much as we are. This is super fun. This was a really good session. It showed exactly... maybe John can talk about it more in a second, but like for me, it felt like we really did a really good job for this time of, as players, being like, oh shit, we're losing. What do we do? Oh, hey, we're winning. How do we manage and succeed, like, as players? Like, I feel like we're getting pretty comfortable in the skin of this game.
Yeah, it definitely moves back and forth between the, like, using your sort of fiction building skills and then using your kind of just gameplay tactics, math type skills, because you have to resolve both, right? Even if you come up with a cool or with the appropriate like smartest game move, then you have to think, okay, well, what can our characters do in the fiction to make that happen, and vice versa. And to me, it's like stretching your muscles a little bit as a gamer. You have to kind of go back and forth, between sort of fiction driven and mechanics driven action, and it's a cool feeling. It's like, I don't know, this
Also
game
like
just works a little differently than like Apocalypse World, and those kind of things are more
Mhm.
familiar.
Yeah.
I like the narration. That's a feature that's been kind of by the wayside, but yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah, we should definitely do that more. Especially on failures. That's a nice way to kind of like do something when you fail instead of being like, my turn's over.
Morgan, yeah, Morgan, you nailed it. Like, I love that you suggested it as a high G maneuver. That was so good. Like, for the part where we all failed, that was perfect. I love that a lot. That was way to tie it all back in. Cool. All right.
Space battle.
Yeah, awesome. All right, everybody. That's it for us today. I'm gonna find someone else who's hosting. Hopefully, someone else playing some sweet role-playing games, and I'll throw the channel over that way. Let's see. Which isn't letting me see that for some reason. I don't know why. All right. Well, I will find someone to host then. But anyways, thank you all so much for hanging out here, and we're gonna get out of here. All right. So take care.